Hey, what's up guys? Skills WG here and welcome back to another Brawlhalla video. This is replay review. We are going to be going over this guy's clip and we are going to see what we could do to help him get better. And if you guys want to do this, and if I could try to get to your replays, go to my Discord. The link is down in the description. In the Discord there is a section that says Brawlhalla Replays. Please go under Brawlhalla Replays with a YouTube video of your match. Type in there what you're having problems with, who you are, what rank you are, and stuff like that. Just let me know what I can do and where I can help you with, and then I will try to do my best to get to the replays. So here we go. We have this replay from Soul the Youngin. He says, I'm a platinum player and I'm trying to get diamond. This season, one of my main problems that I can start strong, but I struggle closing out games. Also, if you could point out any other bad habits I have, I would appreciate it. Boom. And here we are. So, what kind of bad habits are we having here? What kind of bad habits are we happening? He looks like he has a couple matches. We're gonna focus on the first match alone. He was playing the Hattori against the Fate. So let's kind of go through and see what we can do to help him. Immediately a great start, like he's saying. He's having a pretty good start here. Some good movement right away. Like this guy is he's definitely a plat. He's got some good movement, using dash pretty well. Yep, some good movement, but he's kind of getting bopped. He's kind of getting bopped right now. It's not too bad, but he's kind of. I think one thing he's moving, but he's getting a little too close for comfort to his enemy here. So he missed an attack there. And he's still, Scythe is known for this, right? Okay, you couldn't really do much because he used a downlight. So one thing I already noticed that you do a lot of, and you probably should do a little less of, at least at the beginning, is the gravity cancel downlights. So people who do good with gravity cancel downlights on sword, first of all, as you can see, I believe right here, you just missed it. Yeah, because you were too high off the ground. So learn to first of all get down a little lower to the ground. And a lot of people who are really good with that gravity cancel downlight also do the gravity cancel, pause, wait, and then do the downlight. It's a very hard technique. I'm not even that good with it. But there's a time where you can do a gravity cancel. Excuse me. Gravity cancel, wait a very little time, but it's enough that like a signature or move can go through you, and then you could do a downlight afterwards. That's how good people use that downlight. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And you're doing it a little too quick. But that's not even the problem. The problem is that you do it a lot and you're losing your dodge because of that. People who do it a lot and are good with it know like when an attack is coming and can dodge through that. So you do it, you can do it, don't get me wrong, you can do it. It's still a good move to throw out here and there, but you do quite a bit of it where your dodge is gone. There's another one, and see how high you were off the ground? See how high you were off the ground? You need to be a little bit lower so that you hit those grounded opponents. You can work on that by going into training and just jumping and see how high you need to be off the ground to hit top hurt box of your enemy there. Okay, he just played you real hard that last stock. So let's go back to the beginning here. You have to be careful with dodges. There's certain dodges, especially, okay, I'm gonna say specifically in plat and to get to diamond. There's certain dodges you don't want to do a lot of. You don't want to dodge in through your opponent. You don't want to dodge down a lot. What you really want to learn is dodging up and away. Okay, because at plat level, not many people know how to punish that up and away kind of dodge. It gets a little harder here and there, like later on, but that's what your point. You're trying to get that diamond, right? So be careful with those dodges. You can do it sometimes, but I'd say and spot dodge. Spot dodge is pretty good, but it can be rough. So you fell down here. Let's see what happens. What happens real bad here? Let's see what happens. So you get hit there. Now you're on the ground. Side light. Okay. Then you just fall. You don't jump. You just fall. Side light. And then you dodge down. Side light. And he didn't combo you, which is good for you, but he did. But you still, look, see, you still have your dodge down. And because you had to air dodge, and he just kind of got you good. And then here, just edge guard you. The only thing you could do there is try not to go straight for the corner edge, like right over here, and just try to go for a little bit lower. Stay a little further away. And we're gonna go over this. You're gonna notice that it's hard to see for sure, but it seems like a lot. Actually, both of your guys' attacks just seem so no purpose behind each attack. They're there to throw out to hopefully hit your opponent, and you guys are throwing them out like crazy. This is a very kind of game, okay? And you just could see that by just the moves, just whatever moves, you're in the right direction. What are you gonna do next? I see a lot, just so many attacks coming out. This is kind of reminds me of how I used to play. Lots of attacks, some things hit, some things don't. It just seems like your opponent's hitting you a little bit more. I want to see you a little more patient. Doesn't need to be crazy patient, just a little bit more. Like, I'm still pretty aggressive, but I've been learned to be a little more patient. Learn where my opponent will go. Learn to bait a little more, and what they're gonna do next. It's hard to say, and it's hard to do actually. This part's pretty good. This is a very good, perfect edge guard, beautiful. And then that's gonna also having more purposeful, patient attacks is going to help you not get as punished later on in the stock. So a lot of people in this game, when they get closer to dying, they do less attacks. They start being more scared. They go away, and then you get punished more for attacking more. Not very good. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm trying to say. So you're up a stock. You're in red. He's in yellow. So you still got a little bit of lead, quite a bit of lead actually. Good side air, good stuff there. And here's something good, right? Right when you fell off. Let's see right here. You fell off. Your first thing you did was go right up, because you're. I'm in the lead. Kill. I got. Patience. Okay. So, a lot of people like to come right up off the edge, right after they fall down. But that's also because he's also attacking a lot. It just worked out perfectly where you guys just went and attacked each other. But he got the win because he's on the stage. If you just went to the edge there, he did a down light. You could have tried to go around, and if he does, a lot of times Scythe players, especially on the edge, will do a down light followed up by a neutral light, because they're trying to defend that they're going to punish them there. So wait for that neutral light and try to punish the neutral light, or just try to get back on stage where you have a fair fight here, okay? Let's get on to the last stock. So you say you have a problem closing out because he's a little bit behind. He's only in yellow, so it's not too far behind, but he's in yellow. What's going to happen? Okay, so right here is something kind of what I'm saying. You're kind of like okay. So he came at you. Sorry, let's go back here. You're fast falling, and he's coming at you. You're spacing right here. You can see this little space. This is spacing and baiting 101 kind of right here. You have a good space. He has Scythe. He can't down air you here. He can't side air you here. You're at a good spot. Spear has a little bit longer range than Scythe. So let's do this. Let's actually move this in slow motion here. Let's do real slow. So you're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. So what if he was going to do a side air? You're fast falling a little farther than him. This spacing is still pretty good. There's only a couple things he could do, especially from the air. And he could side air here. He could fall down and try to do a side light. And he could dodge towards you. But what I would have done in this position, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. You have pretty good spacing, so I would have expected this side light to possibly come, and or a down air, because you're at a good down air thing. I would have landed and ran back to the edge just a little bit. Okay, I would have ran to about right here, because if he was to side air or down air me, he would have landed right in this area where I could have done a side light, neutral light attack on him. Okay, so that's just what the spacing, but because I don't know what, this is kind of like the randomness that happens. You just dash forward and do a downlight. Like, okay. Even if you'd done a downlight, you would have missed because he was going to be right there. I would have used that that opportunity to have that good spacing to kind of just move away from him, expect him to attack you because you're in that range where he thinks you might go for him and he could attack you. Or he may even think that you were close enough to attack him and that you might turn around a little bit. That spacing right there is a perfect place for them to do that. And then you can also, it's very hard to learn and hard to master. And I haven't mastered it, but it's something to do. Also, and and here's a new different thing, right? So this downlight right after, why is this not bad? Where the other one was bad? Because you had an opportunity before to, I guess I wouldn't say this is a good down air either, downlight. You had a really good opportunity to really space out a side air on the last one. This one was more of a neutral position that you guys had. You were over here. What's his face? Was over here. You could have done, like I said, he's attacking a lot too. So you could have stood right here. Watch this guy sidelight you, and you could have just sidelighted him right back. When you have like that good space, a dash sidelight isn't going to do anything. But this isn't that bad of a one. This is like a prediction. When you are trying to be aggressive a little bit, you need to be a little less aggressive, okay? A little less aggressive, wait more patiently, figure out your opponent. But when you want to be aggressive, you want to use moves like this that are really quick and you're trying to guess where the opponent will be rather than where they're at. And that's how you want to do aggressiveness, okay? So you did that good, but like I said, because you've done so much of it this game, you should probably have slowed down a little bit and maybe not have done that. Because you could have stood right there and he would have sidelighted you, boom. And then the down air that was for no reason other than you were trying to protect yourself. I see that you do a downlight jump down air every time to protect yourself if you miss. Yeah, it's very hard to say like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to do this, and actually do it in the game. But let's see right here. So let's actually do a slow motion speed here again. So look at this. Look at this perfect. This is a perfect side air opportunity. You did a jump out of the way for the sidelight of the Scythe, and you could have fast fall side air that guy right in the face for some more damage, but you got a little too close and you fell all the way back to the ground. Okay, so you were slow, which is another, it's hard to like tell you go faster. You know, that'll come with time, but you also got too close to the guy. Scythe, like I said, has that limited range compared to your spear, and you were, if you just kept going away just a little bit, if you jumped, because you turned around and jumped, right? If you went it just a little bit further away, because he's going to sidelight into that position, you would have been able to fall and side air him. Or you probably could have fell to the ground and sidelighted him, but because you were just too close to him, he was able to neutralize you. Seems like this guy, like I said, he was attacking a lot. You were attacking, because you were attacking a lot, you didn't realize he was attacking a lot. When your opponent attacks a lot, you can be a little more patient and wait out for those second attacks. He sidelights and he's an aggressive person, he's going to do a neutralite or whatever weapon, you know, a sword. If he does a sidelight, a lot of times after a sidelight they neutralite because they want to protect that they missed. So if you wait out that second attack, you're going to be able to punish them so much easier. So you could have, like I said, stayed away from the Scythe by being close to the edge, or expected a second attack and then jumped up here and then jumped again in this area to punish that neutralite and side air him again. It's easy to say, but hard to do and understand. Slow down your attacks a little bit, bait out the second attack after he's being aggressive. And hopefully that'll help a little bit here. Let's go back to normal. So these are more attacks right here that you just kind of, they were all over. That was okay. Downlight, neutral light, boom. Remember how I said people do second attacks in order to protect themselves? You did a downlight, neutral light. You missed the downlight, you did the neutral light. But that's the thing, you missed the downlight. Missing attacks will happen, right? But they just happened too much for you. That, like I said, you need to just slow it down and try to hit your attacks a little more often. I have found that slowing down the game doesn't necessarily make it more boring. I used to think that, like, oh, this guy doesn't keep attacking. I mean, I still am pretty aggressive in the game when it comes to high level. Not aggressive as you, let me get mine at you, but because there's that extra level on top of baiting out your opponent, being at proper spacing, it's actually got a lot more like depth into the game the less you focus on just attacking your opponent all the time. Okay, so this downlight could have been one of those patient attacks. Boom, just wait it out, because you could have landed there, he could have attacked you. So you do this land right here, he could have done that downlight, you could have done a dash in downlight. If you just waited a half a second longer, you would have been good. In the beginning, you moved a lot more, and you still kind of got bopped a lot. I think that has to do with the whole spacing thing and not waiting out for second attacks. But you're moving a lot more, and this time you're just attacking a lot more when it comes towards the end. Like I said, when people are gonna lose, they tend to attack less. You guys seem like some very, very aggressive people. Just because I've gotten good at this game, because I would have watched you be so aggressive, I would know that, okay, and there's the loss. There is the loss. So let's see right here. You're expecting him to come in, which is fine, I understand. But you can't always expect the person to aggress on you. Right? This guy, you could, because he was aggressing on you a lot. But he was doing a lot of neutral light downlights from a distance. So, best thing that you could get from this: attack less. Let's go into the Brawlhalla and show you kind of something I can help you with. Alright, we're going to focus on the fate on the ground here, okay? We're going to focus on the spacing and stuff you need to look for when your opponent is attacking a lot. So let's focus on, let's take the break on you attacking. So let's just say, you take what I say for granted. You start slowing down your moves a little bit and you start trying to focus on more purposeful attacks. So you have this fate with Scythe. Okay. When you fell that one time and you were here, you fell right to the ground, right to about here. You did have only a little bit of room, right? You're on the edge here. You could have gone to the edge a little bit more, but it was still hard to land. But you still got into this position. Fate can easily neutral light you, side light you, or down light you from here. She just side lighted, so she can't use side light again, but she can use neutral light or down light, which probably would both hit you from here. But from here, only down light would hit, and from here, nothing would hit. But perfect opportunity to do this or dash in. Okay, that's trying to figure out your spacing for your opponent. Is what can they do? They can also do a dash in and neutral light, but that's the stuff you have to try to work around too. And that's why a lot of pros, you'll see them stay way back here sometimes, because they'll do dash jumps like this, dash jump, side air, trying to stay away. So one thing I'd say is try to stay away from your opponent just a little bit more, and then you can punish that way. But let's say she goes for the side light, so she just side lights. Now she can do one of those two moves. You're in the air, why don't you just jump again? Okay, stay here in this area where the Fate can't really hit you unless she does a jump nair, right? One of the two. But if they're grounded, they're not always going to think about that. Since you're so close to them in this position, they think you might attack them like that. But wait for that second attack. So side light, neutral light comes out, boom. And then you can just do whatever you want after that. Don't do that also, because that's not true. Side light, I would do a side light, then wait, and then side light. Something like that if they dodge. But that's a whole nother story. Focus on getting into a position to attack. Also, you know, one thing you could do is if they do that, you could do like this, dodge away or around them. You get close to that, you can dodge away from them, figure out what they're gonna do. But that's part of a little bit more of the baiting aspect of the game. Now you don't need to always do this. You can still come in at people. There's multiple ways to come in at people except for the way you did it. You did a lot of downlights, which is fine. The downlights are a very good move. But you could just dash in reverse side air. You can do a double jump down air. You can do a jump over reverse side air. There's a whole bunch of things you could do. But you have to be patient on where you're going with this. Because sometimes if you go for this aggressive attack, sometimes being aggressive doesn't mean attacking all the time. I've said this quite a bit in the recently. But being aggressive could also mean just pressuring your opponent, like, ooh, I'm gonna attack you. And then they're like, oh, don't attack me. I'm gonna attack you first. And then you go like, oh, and then you're just like, aha, I baited you. Now I'll attack you again. So sometimes the pressure, the pressure of putting on your opponent is the aggressive part. So sometimes when I go onto opponent, so we're at neutral right here. She can't hit me, I can't hit her. What do? If I go in for a jump attack like this, I'll do this a couple times, right? I'll do a quick jump. Expect them to, if they attack me there, I'll do a down air where they did a side light. Or if they don't attack me, then I'll be a little more patient and wait to see if they will attack me. If they don't, I'll try to do something different. Also, doing this will help me figure out what they're gonna do. If I do a dash jump towards them or just a dash towards them and they just back up, next thing I can do is I can do this, jump falling side air, because I knew they're probably gonna just run away from me. Or I can do a double jump, boom, down air over there, falling nair with spear. You know, this is just everything you can do. If I dash towards them and dash back and they attack me, so he does like a side light with spear or a scythe, then I can just attack them, work on the combo. So yeah, hopefully that helped. I don't know if that made a lot of sense, and it's not as easy as putting it just like right here. You have to get used to everything, but I'd say just slow down a little bit, less attacks, focus on more punishing and baiting out attacks. Don't go straight up off the edge every time. Wait on the edge for a minute, wait to see what they're gonna do. And I think that's about it. I probably covered something else in the thing. I hope this worked. I hope this helped you. If it did, you know, let me know. If it helped any of the other plats out there who are very spam heavy when it comes to moves or punishing or anything, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.